And we're back. Okay, I'm going to continue. So, Boarding House. You want to see a completely pointless movie? Watch Boarding House. This movie makes no sense whatsoever, and, normally I like these 80s shot-on-video films. In fact, I love shot-on-video films. Yesterday, I actually watched Splatter Farm with the audio commentary on. It was great. But I watched this a while ago, and I think I looked at it again more recently, just to give it another chance, and it was not worth it. And usually I love director commentaries, but you know what? This film, it was... yeah, it felt like there was a lot of filler in this movie, and, in a horror film, and especially in a shot-on-video film, you can't really afford to have filler. Because, you know what, if you have filler and the movie, doesn't necessarily look as good as, say, higher budgeted films, well, you've got a film that, by most people's standards, looks like shit, and you have a shit film. So, it's all shit. But, that's the kind of thing. Well, I don't just like shit movies. They're not shit in my opinion. But, I do like shot-on-video films, so I'm gonna take that out of the equation when I'm reviewing this film. But, it had some really cool things going for it. Like, one, the horror vision theme, and, just hang on a sec, stupid problems with my computer. Okay. It had a couple cool themes. Like, one being the horror vision, which I already stated, and, you don't need glasses, only a strong heart. Yeah. But, basically what it is that, this image of a glove will flash on the screen going like this with these weird video effects going around it, and, then the gory scene or horrifying, gruesome act of bodily dismemberment will take place, and it's, of course being this kind of film, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. But, I wanted to like this movie, I couldn't, but I think I figured out part of what the problem is. Well, there's two main flaws in this movie that prevented it from, my liking it. Number one, it feels like a really shitty amateur porno. There's really not much that happens in this film, and what does happen is mostly, just TNA. And it's pointless. It's like, hey guys, let's throw a party. Yeah, that sounds great. And then there's one random thing that happens. And the other main problem I have, this main character insists on wearing a leopard thong. That's a problem. It's a man, and I didn't need to see that. But, yeah, it's kind of this weird story. This house is possessed and some guy gets killed in it, and yeah. And then this guy who moves in, he has all these other women living with him. I guess he's the guy who owns the property or something, and he lives with these women. But I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Yeah, I'll probably remember right after I finish recording this. But, yeah, and these people get killed, and then there's really nothing special in here. But what's really surprising, this went to theaters. It's, as far as I know, the only shot on VHS film that went to theaters. And, I can just imagine what audiences thought when they saw that in theaters. See, why can't any of the good shot on video films go into theaters? I don't know, Cannibal Campout would have been amazing in theaters. But, apparently they're thinking of a sequel or a remake, and, hopefully that'll revive it a little bit with some better effects and stuff, and maybe it'll have more of the horror in mind. Apparently this was actually meant to be a spoof on horror films, and, then when it got picked up for distribution, they wanted to change that because they felt that a solid horror film would do better than a spoof. So that could also explain why some of this stuff is all over the place and retarded. But, yeah. I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys. I almost bought it on VHS. I saw it on VHS, and then I went back to get it, and it was gone. It was really awkward talking to the guy, too. I didn't remember the name of the movie. I'm just like, yeah, you had a VHS tape here a while ago, and I wanted to buy it, but I don't see it here. Do you have it somewhere else? And he said, well, what's it called? And it's like, well, I don't actually remember the name. It's like, oh, but I do remember what the box cover looked like. It was some lady getting pulled into a bed by a green hand. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going back to that store.